Good, beautiful morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, January the 4th, 2023. I want to welcome you to the Wednesday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. And today I have with me the energy of my guardian angel, John, who wants to talk about how to de-hypnotize ourselves. To de-hypnotize ourselves. We're not going to get into it right now, but I wanted to do something that was very unique and different because I've never done this before. So I'm going to do this unboxing. I received a wonderful gift from Mariana Rojas, and I believe that is Mary Hernandez from Albany, New York. And I want to say thank you for this, and hope you don't mind if I unbox this with all of you guys this morning. Just give me a moment here. Just gonna little X-Acto knife here. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm really grateful for this. It's I think this is the first unboxing I've done on in 4 years of being on YouTube. Let's see what we got here down the middle. So it's a beautiful box, by the way. It's got this wonderful sticker on top that says "Handmade with Love." For William and Norma, my beautiful partner, just for us. So I'm going to just open the rest of this up. It says it's fragile, so I will open it carefully. And two beautiful cards on top. Mary Hernandez, and it's she's a psychic medium. She's also one of our students, channeler. She does oracle and tarot card readings. She does numerology readings. She's a Reiki master and trance healer. She's an ordained minister and a creator of candles, soaps, and shea bombs, chakra candles. So helping, I guess these help open up the energy centers. I'll put her email address in the description box below the video after it's posted, and that's Mary Hernandez. Her website is theangelwithin.com, theangelwithin.com. So please go check out her site. Let's see what she's got. It's really well packed. She got it like very tightly wrapped in this wonderful paper here, and on top it says the angel within, Mother Mary. This is rose oil made with soy wax, and it's hand poured, and it's really well wrapped. It's a beautiful pink, and oh, the smell is incredible. This is wonderful. Thank you so much, Mary. Happy New Year and Merry Christmas to you too. So I'm just gonna take this out. So yes, you can see what this looks like. It's beautiful, wrapped, lovely, beautiful flower on the end of it. Oh, it smells incredible. And this beautiful little tiny rose, white rose sitting inside. I don't know if you can see that. It's a little tiny white rose. Gorgeous. And wow, I just happen to have a lighter here. So I'm going to light this. If you don't mind, we'll just have this kind of going in the background, if that's okay with you guys. Wow, thank you so much, Mary. Really appreciate that. Yeah, again, what's her website again is theangelwithin.com. So please check her out. She's got all kinds of wonderful services that she's offering. As all of you know, this is a time of ascension where our consciousness, not our bodies and minds, our consciousness has the opportunity to elevate itself from subjectivity to the five physical senses, not to separate ourselves from them, to no longer be subjective, to no longer simply allow our consciousness, oh, that smells delicious, to no longer allow our consciousness to be completely determined by the five physical senses. We've been stuck in that since Eden fell 72,000 years ago. You know, there's a place called Eden, you know, the biblical place, Eden existed. And it fell because of men getting caught up in the sensorial realm as being more important than the divine realm. And we have struggled ever since as a species with Atlantis and Lemuria failing and falling, and Mu, what they call the Egyptian Empire, the Sumerians, many of these civilizations that they say were far more technologically advanced than what we understand today. I mean, look at the Great Pyramids, for example. That's an amazing feat. Anyway, we are now at this place in our collective consciousness where we get an opportunity once again. It happens every 12,000 years where this massive inflow of energy comes into our system, and we have the chance to utilize that energy for love or for fear. Those are the only two expressions of energy that humans can utilize, love or fear. And what John came in to say was that a lot of what our challenges are is we've been hypnotized into believing that the body and our senses are the sole locus of our identities. In other words, the idea that your body is who you are is a grave error in perception that keeps you restricted and limited to believing that your conditions of life are based solely upon the physical dimension, when in reality, the physical dimension, as you can look around in your cities, is actually more dependent upon how you are bringing energy through creatively. He says there's so much that keeps you bound by flesh. There's nothing wrong with it, but being bound by it, where your consciousness is not able to function independent of your biology, loans itself to much concern and degradation in your behavior with one another. You're basically on a path of what we would call social suicide, because you are defining yourselves in terms of what you have and what you do not have from a physical perspective exclusively. And I'm here to quite simply say that you need to awaken yourself out of the belief and the illusion that your senses are transcendental to who you are, when in fact, who you are is transcendental to your senses. This is so important to understand, that you are transcendental to your senses. Your senses are not transcendental to you, and hypnosis is being bound or fixated on something to the exclusivity of all other things. And many of you believe that the personality that you've been given by your environment, and you believe that your body, which is given to you by the earth, are the only sources of who you are. Yes. He says also that a lot of conditions of disease are functions of where we have surrendered our divinity to sensation. We've surrendered our divinity to the limitations of senses. And that we have to wake up now. It's time to wake up. It really, really is time to wake up. Excuse me. Wow. So hypnosis. He says things that hypnotize people are most of what you see on television, most of what you hear in your entertainment and your cinemas. Most of those things are designed to hypnotize you and keep you subjective to a line of thought, idea, and belief that does not serve nor promote your divinity. It does not serve or promote your divinity. Rather, it serves and promotes your attachment to your animal nature. And that is not to say that your animal nature, which is your biology, has no value. It has value insofar as it allows you to creatively actualize yourself as an intelligence that transcends matter, that can alter time, space, and matter with your consciousness. You cannot do this with your biology. Your biology is bound by time, space, and matter. But you are not. You can alter very fundamental things in your biology, in your psychology, and in your environment that your body cannot do. The creative imagination being the most simplest of things, your creative imagination can alter and change your world very significantly. It's doing it right now. So here you are hypnotized to shows that promote death and suffering, and you're hypnotized to shows that promote fear and doubt and mistrust, and sow this in your minds on a regular basis that propagate your lower vibrational nature. And what do I mean by lower vibrational nature? The vibration of survival. the vibration of survival, which is in contrast to the manifestation of creation, which is your natural function. Survival is natural to biology. Creation is natural to your soul, your awareness, what you truly are. You are this divine entity learning that you exist through a physical medium to understand that you are able to transcend physical conditions, circumstances, and even change the fabric of time, space, and matter. Your science is progressing very, very slowly in this regard. But the energies coming to you now afford each of you an opportunity to dehypnotize very quickly, to make the distinction between your survival mechanism of your body, your fight or flight, your pleasure or pain system of existence, which limits you exclusively to biology. The functions of pleasure and pain, fear and survival keep you limited as an individualized body, separated from your divinity, from your connection to limitless knowledge, wisdom, truth, and understanding, and a greater galactic community that awaits you awakening to that. There are numerous individuals in this physical dimension that have awakened to this greater galactic community, that commune with them energetically, as most of you would be somewhat disturbed if they were to manifest themselves directly in front of you. It would be very disturbing for most of you. For most of you believe that the only reality is what you can see, hear, smell, touch, and taste with your physical senses, which restricts you and keeps your survival mechanism from allowing you to perceive what is beyond it. So take your attention away from the hypnosis that you are kept in by this world, and dehypnotize yourself. Reconnect yourself to your divinity, to who you are as a being, not simply a collection of thoughts and emotions and biology, but one that has a collection of thoughts, emotions, and biologies that they may reorchestrate and reorganize to create an extremely profoundly wondrous expression. As equally as you have seen terrible and degrading expressions of famine and destruction and war in your experiential creation here, the exact opposite is also available to you. But for any that would teach you to live in fear, for any that would teach you to live in anger towards others, for any that would teach you that you should not trust your neighbors, beware of them. Beware of them. It is important you understand the words and acts of love are very different than the words and acts of fear. The words and acts of love are very different than the words and acts of fear. Love is a function of your consciousness, what you really are as a soul, whereas fear is a function of your biology. It is very simple in that regard. Yes. So things like getting away from television, staying away from the news, people trying to get you to buy things all the time, and getting caught up in materialism. These things keep you from pursuing who you really are as a spiritual entity. Who are you? Who are you really? Have you ever asked that question? You can be aware of your thoughts. You can be aware of your emotions. You can be aware of your body. And who is this you that is aware of them? Science has been trying to unlock what the human soul is, and so has religion tried to unlock and tell you what the human soul is. But the human soul is what you are. No one can tell you what you are. You can discover and experience what you are as an awareness. And the moment you begin to contemplate or reflect upon your awareness, the part of you that observes your thoughts, the part of you that observes your emotions, the part of you that observes your biologies, reflect on that part that observes. Turn your attention to the self of you that observes your thoughts. Turn your attention away from your thoughts, your memories, your emotions, and reflect on who you are as an awareness. This will loan itself as to giving you a perception of something beyond what is contained in the confines of your mind and your body and your environment. And when you begin to perceive outside of what you know, you open the doorway to beginning to experience and know what you do not know. And what you do not know is vastly more exciting than what you do know. What you do not know is vastly more exciting than what you do know. And it is a simple beginning of shifting your perception from what you are familiar with to what you are not familiar with. And there are not very many of you that stop to reflect upon yourself, what you are as an awareness. Let me say this to you, that your awareness is a vibrational frequency that functions at a higher range of amplitude and frequency than does the function of thought, emotion, and matter. That you as an awareness function at a higher vibrational frequency than thought, emotion, and matter. And from that place of a higher vibrational frequency, you can assert an authority and a dominion over your thought creatively so as to affect your function of creation, to know that you can create and alter and change the conditions that you call your life in this physical dimension, so that you become familiar with the function of creation, that you are a creator, so that you become familiar with the function that you are a creator. You are a creator. When you understand that you are a creator, it loans itself to your freedom. It loans itself to your freedom from what you know, from what you've been told, from what you believe. You will understand the true meaning of freedom when you are not bound by the conditions you have been told to believe represent who you are. You're not bound by those conditions anymore. I love it. I so love that. We are in a very profound place. So these ascension energies are coming in full throttle into the planet. Like they really are. I mean, you can't escape that. Every single human soul on this planet is amenable to these energies that are coming in. And if you're in a very low vibrational state, then those energies will affect you at a low vibrational state. These energies cannot be used in any other way than for expressions of fear or expressions of love. It's really that simple. They can be used for creative expressions of love or creative expressions of fear. War, for example, is a creative expression of fear, right? Where you look at some of the great cities around the planet that we've created, you know, Dubai is a really wonderful place. I've not yet been there yet, but it's a wonderful place. And yet you can see the beauty of it. It's a manifestation of love creating manifestations in time and space. You know, and there are other cities like that have created manifestations of love in time and space. Unfortunately, many of them are degrading, much the same way as what happened in Atlantis and Lemuria and Mu, when the emotional quotient of human collective unconsciousness moved more towards a negative expression of itself, then society begins to decay. When you lose sight of who you are as a spiritual entity, the function of creation gets relegated to just being a matter of what you perceive from your five physical senses, and your decision-making process is based on survival, not based on creation. And who wants to live like that? Someone's asking, what was the question that led to this reply? This is not. Hi, Shauna. Good to see you. Hi, Leslie. Oh, hi there, KL30. Yeah, no, this was just a transmission from my guardian angel John about dehypnotizing ourselves from the conditioning of our environment, our school educational systems, our news media, all these different social programming creations that humans have made to manipulate and control other people to keep them separate from their divinity. Just so you know, I'll give you a little backstory. My guardian angel John, the very, very first time I heard his voice, I was standing on the edge of a bridge ready to jump off, and he spoke to me. That was about 43 years ago. And he spoke to me and said, "Don't jump." And I'm on this bridge, I'm looking around, and there's nobody there, but I'm hearing this voice say, "Don't jump, get down off the bridge, go to the payphone, call this phone number and ask for this man. He will help you." And at that point, I was just like, I would take help from anybody. So I did that. I went and made that phone call, and the person that he said was going to be on the other end was there. And that changed my life. And ever since then, I've dedicated myself to helping other people. And because there's more to life than than what you've been taught to think there is, or what your mind is telling you. Most of what your mind is telling you is what you've been taught. This is what I've learned, you know. Anyway, John saved me that day, and since then I've devoted myself to assisting other people. It's a beautiful thing. You did not come here to suffer. Suffering is not our natural state. Divinity and creation are our natural states. And those things have to be learned, and they need to be taught in schools. They do not teach children about their divinity. They don't teach children how to breathe, how to use the incredible power of the breath to begin to train them to have an autonomy and an authority over their own bodies. They don't teach children how to breathe and learn to control their physiological system. You know, they put them in programs of training. They don't teach children how to choose their thoughts mindfully and carefully. How does this thought feel, child? What does this thought feel like? They don't teach children how to assess and consider the nature and quality of thought, which is really, really unfortunate, you know, that they don't do that. But we're at this time now where our divinity needs to be awakened, you know, or we're going to go through another reset like we did, you know, 12,000 years ago. And you can see the scattered remains of civilizations as far back as 24,000 years, you know, and even further. You know, if you want to go look at the Egyptian system, which is a far older system than what your scientists are telling you. But please understand, this is the time to awaken your divinity. So John's come here to say we got to get dehypnotized. Got to step away from everything else that's programming your mind to think and believe in certain ways, and start to program your mind in ways that support and sustain you creatively. When you start to move from survival towards creation, you start to also move away from fear to love, because survival is fight or flight, which is fear, right? Whereas creation is love and creation. They're very different functions of each other. But wow, wonderful. Hello, Diane. Good morning. Hi, Drusilla. Good to see you guys. Hi, Tanya. Hi there. Happy New Year to you guys too. Happy New Year to everybody that's back here today. Hi, Chris. Kimberly's asking, could you tell me my guide's name? I'm getting this name, Lenara, Lenara. Lenara, she's very feminine. She's a forest-based entity. She works a lot with trees and earth. Those are her delights, trees and earth. That's when you go out in nature, why you feel a really deep peace, because she connects to you. She can communicate directly to you in those environments more easily. But you can still learn to hear your guides and angels. A lot of people don't realize that every one of us is not alone on this physical dimension. Our bodies are separate, but you're not alone energetically. If you learn how to shift your perception from this 5 sensory perception, you can sense and feel the presence of your guardian angels, the ascended masters, other beings that might be working with you, the elementals, the Elohim, right? There are different beings that will work with you if you learn how to become sensitive with your awareness. You've got to train your awareness to perceive beyond the 5 physical senses. And that training is the opening up of what are like clairvoyance and clairaudience, clairsentience and claircognizance. And again, this is not something that's taught in schools. They don't teach children how to sense without their eyes, or hear without their ears, or feel without the body. But again, that's just a matter of changing the educational system to allow that process to happen. Wonderful. Yeah, that's one. You have 3 others too, but we're not going to get into detail. If you want to know more, you can always book a reading with me. Go to my website, WilliamMichaelForbes.com. You can book a reading if you want to get deeper into anything that's here other than the basic questions. Hi, TikTok. Hi. Hi, how you doing, top viewer? Who's that we got here? Hi, Breebit. Good to see you. I'm just so you know, I'm switching back and forth between 2 devices. Scrolling down here. Hi, William. May I know who is my guardian angel? Another one wants to know the guardian angel. Here, let's see. Archangel Michael works a lot with you. He says that you keep getting this feeling that someone's behind you. This is him. Yes, it's important you understand you can have guardian angels, can also be archangels, can be your guardian angel. Ascended masters can be a guardian for you. Elementals can be a guardian angel. But I'm told Michael wants to like really connect with you and work with you. Yes. If you have a sapphire anywhere around, keep a sapphire close to you. That type of energy will let you resonate a little better with him. It'll bring your body into a resonance that you can perceive him a little easier. A sapphire, bring a sapphire close to you, right? That'll help you connect a little more to him. Wow, that's wonderful. There we go. Wow, what a beautiful day. Hi, Freemason Killa. How you doing, brother? So he's saying mediums are scammers. Yeah, that's actually true. Some of them are, brother. But I feel your uncertainty and your fear. You know, people only attack what they fear. And if they're attacking something, it means they're lacking in love. So I send you much love, brother. No matter what you think, feel, or believe about me, I'm going to love you regardless. Whatever you think about anybody is something like that. You're just coming from fear. And anybody who's here right now, just send a little vibration of love to this guy. What's his name? He's on TikTok. Freemasons. Yeah, just send him some love, folks. How will my basketball career turn out after college? This is somebody asking Trinity. Wow. There's something between now and then. There's something about a relationship that could really affect this. Yes. If you are truly committed, it's going to be a really clear and exciting journey for you. But you have to really push really hard. I don't know who this is, but this is a male figure that stands behind you, and he says you got to push really, really hard. Let nothing distract you. Do not let her distract you. Again, that will come later. But again, there's some female that's going to come into play between now and then. You need to just not get distracted. If you want your career to come first and foremost, then you're gonna have to really push really hard. I love this guy's energy. Like this guy's energy is really, really strong. Wow. Coolio. Question from Sean. Hi, Sean. How you doing? Hi, Tara. Question. Do you have any message? It's been a life-changing year. Very tough. Yeah, I would recommend that you learn to alter and change your emotional energy. This is what most humans do not understand how to change their energy. Emotion is energy. Whether you call it anger or joy or fear, it's still just energy that you can repurpose. You can transform it from one state to another. But the message for you is to like really learn to transmute those emotions that you're struggling with. You're just coming out of them. The simplest tool that I've been given, right, that I've been given by my guardian angel John, by Master Jesus and others, they say any emotion inside yourself that you do not like, become aware of where it lives in your body, because emotions live in our bodies, right? Find out where your fear or your anger, your sadness lives in your body. Turn your attention to it and speak this mantra, these words to that emotion in a way that sounds like you really mean it. Like speak the words as if you really, really mean them. So if it's anger or sadness or whatever it is for you, turn your attention to it, recognize the space it occupies, and speak these words. I'm willing to love you even if I do not understand you. And speak those words like you really mean them to any emotion, fear, anger, but think or speak those words to that emotion inside you. I'm willing to love you even if I do not understand you. And you really like stay with those words like you really mean them, and direct them into the emotion that's unpleasant. What that's like, it's very similar to taking like a glass of water. Think of the water as the negative emotion you want to change. And now you suddenly start directing this vibration called love into this water. Think of the vibration of love and the water as like a refrigerator and a glass of water. So you've got a freezer, refrigerator, and a glass of water. You put the glass of water in it. You transmit the vibration of love, which is the freezing element of the water. And suddenly the water changes from water to becoming a solid like ice. Now you've taken the vibration of love and you've induced it into the water. In this case, you're the emotion, because we're using this as an allegory. So you're literally, by inducing a vibration of love into that emotion, you're changing its frequency. The same way as the freezing temperature in a refrigerator freezer will force the water to change. Whether the water wants to change or not doesn't matter. The very nature of that vibration of freezing forces the water to change just by the nature of induction. So too, emotional energy works the exact same way. If you can induce a vibration of love into your pain, into your sadness, into your guilt, into your shame, and you can truly, sincerely say to it, I'm willing to love you, even if I do not understand you. And you can stay in that energy with it. You'll feel it start to change. This water will not, if I put the water in the freezer right now, it does not change immediately unless that temperature of freezing is so low that it could induce that water into freezing instantaneously. Like liquid nitrogen would literally cause the water to freeze so violently that it would explode. So you don't want to change it too quickly. So you want to just impart this vibration of love into the energy of your pain, your sadness, your guilt, your shame. You want to really direct that energy in there and become aware of how it responds. And that's a really simple way of beginning to end your suffering and creating a very new energy in your life, very simply and easily. Just for those of you that are knowing, and students that we have here today, just a reminder, the Masterclass 103 begins this Saturday at 11 a.m. So if you're going to register, I encourage you to register before Saturday if you want to be available for the orientation. And you can go to my website and register there, as all of you that are students know. Yes, thank you. Our classes, by the way, all of our classes and lessons are hosted by ascended masters, archangels, guides, and other dimensional beings, and even beings that have left the physical dimension that are in a non-physical realm of learning that teach the lessons and do the meditations. It's a really beautiful thing to experience. We have students here that thank you so much, Kimberly. Yeah. Tanya is saying, I was told my mom will need at least a year before communicating with me. Is this so? Does recently past need a resting period? Thank you, William. No, it's like, okay, so you get on a cruise ship and you say goodbye to your mom, and she gets on the cruise ship and she's now gone away. She's physically not with you. There's still a mechanism for communicating with anybody, whether they're in their body or not. Most people think that the body is who you are. The body is not who you are. It's simply one instrument through which we express creatively. Much the same way as this device here called a tablet is a device that transmits information through it. If the tablet were damaged or broken, the signal coming through it still exists. And if we find the mechanism or cultivate a way in which you can alter your way of perceiving, you can communicate to them right away. Quite simply, when people leave the body, they just don't have a physical mechanism through which to communicate with you. But there's a way to communicate with them by becoming more sensitive to a different frequency of perception than the 5 physical senses. It's like if I have 2 radios and they're playing the same station, you break one, the signal's still playing on the other. Just because the radio's broken doesn't mean the signal's not there. Just because the body ceases to exist does not mean that the consciousness of the individual has ceased to exist. It's simply moved to a framework, a frequency of consciousness that's imperceptible to the 5 physical senses. But it is not imperceptible to your awareness, which can alter you can, as awareness, alter your perceptual frequency. We call them clairs: clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and clairvoyance. These are non-physical senses that a soul can develop while they're in a physical body and utilize to perceive different realms of consciousness and information. Where do you think new ideas come from? Where do new ideas come from? They don't come from this world. New ideas come down into this world from who you are, through you. through us all at different times? That's a great question, Tanya. Thank you so much. Yes. Yes, you are right. Yes, Taro. Everybody has angels and guardian angels around them. You are not alone. And the sooner you understand that, the sooner you can learn to tune into them. Most people try to, hear them, see them with your eyes. No. What do you think Master Jesus always says? You have eyes but cannot see and ears but cannot hear. Why does he say that? Because he says the people that he's speaking to only look through their physical eyes. They don't look through the eye of their spirit. They hear through the ear of their soul, which is a different type of hearing. It's clairvoyance, clairaudience. That's what he's speaking about. Having eyes but you cannot see and ears you cannot hear. That means you're blind spiritually, right? That's what that means. For those of you that need to understand that. Wonderful. Hi, Trinity. Good to see you. Yes. So Tara is asking, is my boyfriend my soul mate? I'm being told to tell you that he's a fractal of you. You guys are fractals of each other. That does not mean that you will. Yes. They're saying to tell you that you have much to learn about who you are. As does he. You have much to learn about each other. The function of a soulmate means that you are awake beyond the confines of your personality and are able to interact with an individual on a spiritual level and not exclusively a physical level. Understand that your body is only one point of consciousness through which you express and receive information. It is not the only level at which you should be relating to each other on. The level of mind and the level of spirit are other levels of information that relationship needs to be founded upon. That you are not simply a body, you're not simply a collection of thoughts, you are a divine entity, awareness, capable of orchestrating changes in time, space, and matter through the function of your will and your intelligence. Wonderful. Hi, guys. How you doing? Hi, Goji. Yes, we are. Drusilla's asking, are we getting hit with a big, beautiful wave this week? We are going to be getting a few of them in the next couple of weeks. I've been listening to some of the scientists talk about, how come, like there was this huge, what they call a coronal mass ejection that happened last week. They happen quite often. They just don't seem to come towards Earth. And and they've been asking, they wonder why that is. And I'll tell you why that is. Our consciousness affects time, space, and matter. Our collective consciousness as a species affects time, space, and matter. And as long as we are more love-based, then these energies will affect us in a very different way than if we are fear-based, right? Very interesting. So yeah, we got a light one coming since yesterday. It'll pass through today, and there'll be 2 or 3 more coming in the next 7 to 10 days that we'll all get to experience. And again, when these energies are coming from the sun, meditation becomes very important to be able to integrate these energies into your biology. Understand, everybody's getting this energy. Doesn't matter where you are on the planet, what you're doing, what your position in life is. Every single human soul is receiving this energy, and it can only be used in one of 2 ways: as expressions of fear or expressions of love. And if you've got lots of love inside your heart and mind, then this energy will lift you up. And if you've got lots of fear and anger and guilt and shame, then this energy is going to amplify that. That's just how it works. Learn to release your fear, learn to release your anger, your guilt, your shame. They're not natural to who you are. You are not your emotions, you are not your thoughts, you are a soul capable of orchestrating and changing the functions of mind and emotion as a function of your creation. You're not here to suffer. None of us are. Yes, I do. Yes, somebody's asking about readings. Yes, if you want to book a reading with me, you can do that on my website, williammichaelforbes.com. This is a great one. I love this quote, Romans 12:2 from Silver King. Thank you, Silver King. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind. I love that. And, Master Jesus talks about this, literally learning to change, to be in the world, but not to be of the world. So literally getting that place where you are not hypnotized by the world and the fascination of the things and the games and all these things that hypnotize us to being mere animals, not spiritual entities. Spiritual entities don't sit in an arena and beat each other up. Spiritual entities don't pummel each other in a field. Real love is a very different manifestation. And it's been over 2,000 years that we've been playing these games over and over and over again. What did Caesar say? He said, give them bread and circuses, right? So do not be conformed by the world, but be transformed by the renewal. Learn how to orchestrate changes in your own mind, which will in turn orchestrate changes in your emotional field. Thoughts generate energy. That energy becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes what you call joy or sorrow or sadness. There's not one emotion you're feeling right now that is not connected to a thought or a memory. And when you change the thought or you change the memory, you'll change the energy. It's just what happens when you change an energy. Wow. Thank you for that candle, Mary. It's beautiful. Thank you so much, Silver King, for that quote. I really, really appreciate it. Wow. Oh, here's a cool story. Nancy's saying, my sister came to me in a dream and said the roads were really bad and icy. Is this giving me a warning? My dreams have been disturbing. She's just saying she cares about you. She just wants you to be careful. Yeah. Okay. I don't know who this is, but they're saying to tell you before you go anywhere, just get into the energy of where I'm perfectly safe at all points of time and space. Wherever I go, love is with me. Those statements will really be helpful for you. They're saying to give you those statements. Wherever I go, I'm perfectly safe at all points of time and space, right? Before you leave, before you do anything. Yes. Yeah. No, your sister loves you very much too. Yeah, they always do. Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you so much. Hi, Alexa. How you doing? Is my mother still alive? Disappeared 34 years ago. Thank you. Wow. I'm getting a strong yes for that. I feel yes, she is still alive. I'm just trying to pinpoint if I can get a location. Understand, I'm a medium. I'm not a psychic. There's a very big difference between a medium. I tap into information and I let it come through. It's funny as I start to tune into where the location might be. At first, I felt like somewhere in the east, like somewhere very, very east of the Americas, like Middle Europe. But it's yeah, and south, Middle Europe and south. I feel the quarter. She goes back and forth between these places. Again, that's but yeah, I'm not feeling. She's still not very much in consciousness still. Thank you so much, Nancy. Who was that? Alexa. Sorry about that, Alexia. There we go. I got enough time for 2 more questions. Someone on Facebook asking, I've been in a lot of pain in my back last week, and my knees and left leg have been having a lot of burning in my knees and legs. Definitely will do those words you said, Wayne. Do them right now. I don't know who this user is on Facebook, but literally do it right now. Like, go into the pain. See, a lot of people, we've been trained by that we should try to get rid of pain or attack it. Anything that's uncomfortable, we should fear and attack, or get rid of it through pills and drugs. But your pain is your body communicating to you. It's telling you that it needs something. And if you can change the frequency of the substance, literally, like move your awareness into the lower part of the back right now and go into that place, and whatever's there, say, I'm with you. I will never abandon you. I'm here to understand you and accept you. Like, whatever language you can communicate to it that's based in love, you will feel a transformation in the energy of that condition. And we've had many people in our courses and classes that have experienced that. People who couldn't walk properly, that were able to walk after moving into a state of love and grace to the part of the body they were so upset with. They were using pills to to trying to numb the pain all the time. And yet the body will not stop trying to talk to you in the way it can. The body can only communicate to you on the level that it exists at. And it's usually based in pain or pleasure. So it's telling you it needs something. I'm being told to tell you the trauma can be released. I just want to tell you that right now, whoever the Facebook user is, the trauma can be released now. It's time to release the trauma that you still harbor in your body. So you're harboring this trauma in your body from from between 7 and 9 is where I'm being told. Yes, that you need to release that trauma from the body. Got time for one more question from let's see, we got another Facebook question. Hi, loving soul. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Hi, Baba Gira. Baba Gira is asking on Facebook, what is the message this morning from my guardian angel Orion? Thank you. He's saying to me, be among the solitude of the running waters and let the light enter thy temple. Let that fill your heart and be delighted in what you receive. That's pretty cool. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Wow. Nice question. Scroll down here. One more TikTok question. Question from Chrissy, my love. Hi, Chrissy. Hi. Oh, hi, Shauna. How you doing? Is there anything you can tell me about my body? I lost it at 12. I lost it, my baby. Oh, I lost it at 12 weeks pregnant. Yes. They're telling me right now they'll come again. Do not weep nor be in sorrow, for the time was not then. The now shall come later. But be not in sorrow. I have not left you. I am with you. Yes. Yes. So there was a change in the energy that was necessary. I'm being told to tell you she's saying, tell her she will come back to you in the right time. Yes, the energy must be more higher. Tell her love. Tell her no fear but love. No fear but love. Yes. You must also, she's also saying, he must also want this. He must also want me equally. I came to be with two that would love me. They must be equally, yes, in this. Wow. But she's been hanging around you for several years now. That soul's been waiting for the opportunity to come through. And again, it will, the now will be later than what it was, but the change had to happen. Wow. Please tell her that there is much love. There's much love for you in this, okay? Do not think there's anything at fault or error. You must understand that the nature of matter is not the nature of spirit. The nature of matter is not the nature of spirit. And all things in spirit come in time that is appropriate for it. Wow, that's so cool. Thank you so much. Chrissy, just so you know, I know there's no loss. See, death, this concept of death is something we have to change that. It's simply leaving the physical medium of expression, right? But there's great excitement for her when the time is right. It won't be that long either. A year, maybe two. Thank you so much. Yes, so many questions. If you want to, if I can't get all your questions today, guys, so I want to say thank you. If you want to explore your questions further, you can go to my website. You can book a reading with me, and I've got half-hour readings. I've got 1 hour readings, and you can get a really deep, powerful, and intimate connection to your guides and your angels and the ascended masters. That, well, you can go check out the testimonials on my testimonials page. That will be life-changing and life-altering for you, as they are for anybody who's ready to receive that wisdom and knowledge from their guides and their angels. I want to say thank you to all of my patrons, to my YouTube subscribers, my TikTok followers, and my Facebook family as well. I want to wish you all much love. And again, for those of you that haven't registered for the 103 Masterclass, you may want to do so before Saturday. That's when the orientation begins at 11 a.m. For those of you that want to know more about our courses and classes, please go to my website. Again, you'll get the full list of our schedule right up. We're scheduled right up now to, I think, April 28th is when our schedule's up to at this point in time, and we'll be filling in the rest of the year shortly. And again, I want to thank my guardian angel John for being present with us and the others that came through for all of us. Again, you are never alone, ever. You're suffering, anything that's inside you that doesn't feel right, that's not who you are. You are an awareness that has been given a mind and a body by the environment that may be inhibiting you from really knowing who you are. And you can learn to alter and change your body and mind to be in the image and likeness of who you truly are, not who the world has made you to be. Get dehypnotized. Get away from the mass media programming machines. Get away from all the television stuff that's trying to program you into fear and uncertainty. Get away from games that want to teach you to kill people and harm things. It's not going to lift you to the freedom that you're seeking. Love, it functions very differently than fear does. And those are the only two expressions in the human condition. All human expressions are either an expression of love or a call for love. That's it. Every human expression is either an extension of love or a call for love. I want to wish you all much love. Have yourselves a wonderful, joyful day. And I will see you guys on Friday for our weekly Q&A. And that's a free open Q&A. We only do Q&A for you guys. Have yourselves a wonderful day, everybody. I'll talk to you very soon. Bye for now.